So back in 2020, Hennepin County set out on a mission. This was to plant 1 million trees by 2030.
So recently, they actually hit the halfway point of the goal. They need your help to get across that finish line. Our Barrett Leone joins us now at one of those recent planting locations with more information. Barrett, good morning.
Good morning, AJ, Heather. Yes, we are at the corner of Jackson and Lowry, and this is one of the recent planting locations. Dozens of trees here have been planted this spring, and that is on top of the more than 8,000 planted this spring, all towards that 1 million tree goal by 2030. I'm joined here this morning with Dan Wottenhofer. Thank you so much for being here. He's a forester with Hennepin County. It is raining. It is early. We are out here, Dan.
Hey,
Thank you for being here.
The trees love the rain.
They sure do.
Great.
They sure do. Okay, let's talk about this 1 million goal, because that seems kind of lofty. How did we get here?
Yeah, it's a big goal. So the 1 million tree initiative from Hennepin County, it's part of our climate action goals. It was essentially born out of this need, the million tree goal specifically, to recover after emerald ash borer came into the state. Ash trees are one of our more popular trees, planted across the county, planted across the state. And as we're losing these trees, we need to replace that canopy.
Yeah.
So the thought was we need to plant at least 1 million trees to sort of replace what we are losing.
Sure, yeah, and that's been an issue that we've been dealing with for quite some time. And we're encouraging residents to get involved and get out there and plant as well. How are we doing that?
Yeah, it's huge. So one new thing that we have at the county is this 1-2 tree initiative. So the idea is we want to simplify the process of planting trees. It can be really hard to pick the right tree.
Yeah.
What fits your spot? Do you want flowering tree? Do you want a good fall color, big, small? It can be hard to make a decision on which tree.
Yeah.
So the idea is to simplify the process, help connect people to the right tree. You get the right tree, you plant it correctly, you maintain it, and that's how we get these sort of relatively small trees to grow up into big benefit providing trees.
Yeah. Simple as 1-2 tree.
Simple as 1-2 tree.
I love it. And Hennepin County has loads of resources. We'll dig into that a little bit more coming up here in the next half hour. Dan, you're going to be with us all morning. And we're going to be talking about all things trees and how you can get involved in this campaign and help Hennepin County reach that 1 million tree planting goal by 2030. I'm going to send it back to you, Heather, AJ.
Yeah, I mean, you think, you go back to, I remember this time when first discovering the emerald ash borer,
Yeah.
and it was just so devastating, but glad they're working on this.
It's ambitious, but we'll get it done.
Yeah, and look forward to hearing more, Barrett. Great, thank you.
Hennepin County has a climate action goal set for 2030, and anyone can help to reach it.
It's a big goal. The county hopes to plant 1 million trees by the start of next decade, and now we're halfway through 2020, and they've made it over halfway. Our Barrett Leone is out at one of those recent planting sites with a message from the county on how you, Barrett, can help out.
Yes, they're encouraging Hennepin County residents to jump in and help out with this initiative. More than 550,000 trees, I should say, have been planted since 2020, all part of this 1 million tree goal. Now, we're going to talk about planting trees and how you can get involved. I'm a forester with Hennepin County. Thank you for being here. You're such a good sport in this rain, Dan. Appreciate you. Let's talk about planting trees, because the process, if you haven't done it before, it might be, a little overwhelming. So where can you start with this?
Yeah, that's a great question. Like, planting trees isn't rocket science, but we definitely want to get it right the first time. So one of the most important things we can do is plant the tree at the correct depth. So we want to make sure that where the stem of the tree turns into the roots, that's basically right at ground level.
Okay.
And we don't want to plant them too deep. That causes a whole host of problems. We don't want to plant them too tall either, or too high out of the ground either. So we want to plant them at the right depth, and then a bunch of mulch around the base of the tree. Super important.
And we've got a beautiful seedling right here that is a lovely example of this, right? So this is what you call a donut of mulch around the base of the tree. And that is the key here instead of a volcano.
Exactly,
right?
yeah. We don't want the mulch piled right up to the base of the tree. That can cause decay. So we want this donut of mulch that's got some space between the mulch and the stem of the tree to sort of create a zone of moisture around the root system.
A zone of moisture, okay. Another tip you have is watering properly, and it needs to be done slowly, and tell me about that.
Yeah, so you sort of want, new trees want sort of a deep thorough watering.
Okay.
Like once a week, probably 15 to 20 gallons.
Okay.
These tree bags are great for that, but you can also do it with like a 5-gallon bucket that you drill some holes in.
Okay.
Then you just sort of fill it and just sort of let it percolate down and keep those roots moist.
Okay, beautiful. All great tips. Another thing, Dan, we're going to talk about in the next half hour here is how do you pick a tree?
Yes.
That is a process that Hennepin County is ready and eager to help folks with. So we're going to talk about that in just a little bit, AJ, Heather, but for now I'll send it back to you in the studio.
I have a quick question, Barrett. If Hennepin County is trying to promote, AJ's trying to promote this. If Hennepin County is trying to promote this, do they have trees available for people
to buy,
or do they give people trees?
Yeah, that's a great question. I will need to ask Dan about that.
Okay.
Is Hennepin County offering trees that folks can buy and receive at this point?
Unfortunately,
Okay.
we aren't this year.
Okay,
But
not
maybe
this
in
year.
future years.
Maybe in a few years. Okay.
Okay.
So that is your answer, Heather. But,
Gotcha,
you know,
okay.
plenty of spaces and
Right.
to get those trees.
Trying
yeah.
to get the word out,
Well,
though, about people doing it on their own.
And it's something to
Yes.
think about because you're right, Barrett.
Exactly.
Planting trees, it can be an overwhelming experience. So walking us
absolutely.
through that process is, we appreciate it. We'll check in with you a little bit later, Barrett. Thank you.
Back in 2020, Hennepin County set out on a mission. This was to plant 1 million trees by 2030.
So recently, they have hit the halfway point of the goal. They need your help to get across that finish line. Our Barrett Leone joins us now at one of those recent planting locations. Barrett, good morning.
Good morning, AJ, Heather. Yeah, we are surrounded by dozens of freshly planted trees here in Minneapolis. And this is all a part of Hennepin County's 1 million trees planted by 2030. We're more than halfway to that goal, and it's a pretty exciting feat. And I'm joined here this morning by Dan Wittenhofer. Thank you for being here, Dan. Forester with Hennepin County. Let's just talk first a little bit about this goal, because some of us remember a pesky insect coming into town, and that's part of this goal, right?
Definitely, yeah. So the Hennepin County's million tree planting goal sort of was born out of the introduction of emerald ash borer into the state of Minnesota in around 2009. Really decimating our ash tree population both in the county and also sort of broadly statewide. So the million tree goal is an effort to sort of replace the canopy that's lost as a result of all these trees dying from emerald ash borer.
Yeah. And spring planting might be over for Hennepin County, but residents can still plant trees, and you're encouraging folks to do that. It can be a little overwhelming if you haven't done this before, and you've actually got a great resource online to help folks kind of figure out where to start.
Yes, yeah. So as part of our 1-2 Tree campaign, we have a tree quiz. So it helps you decide, or it helps narrow down the huge range of options that can sometimes be paralyzing if you're like, I want a tree, but I don't know what sort. Ask you questions like, you know, do you want an evergreen tree? Do you want a flowering tree, a fruiting tree? And you can go down the list and sort of narrow down to a set of trees that feels manageable to tackle.
Yeah, and it's a total of 5 questions, right? You select your answer, and it's going to give you some results, hopefully, of options for folks.
Yes.
Do you have like a typical, go-to tree that you recommend to people, or how would you go about that recommendation? Maybe that's a lofty question.
No, that's such a good question. I would say that it's really comes down to like the right tree for the right location. This black tupelo, Nyssa sylvetica, one of my favorite trees, but it's a little more on the fussy side, so maybe might not be a good one for everyone. But it's got great fall color, it's good for bees, good for birds, but it's a little fussier.
Yeah. There's so many reasons to plant a tree. I mean, not only to replace some of that population we lost, but they're beautiful, so good for the environment, I know, for the climate, and we're going to dig into that in a little bit next in the half hour, Dan. Lots to cover this morning about the tree population and the work that you're doing. So thanks for being here with us this morning. I'm going to head it back to you. Hey, Heather.
Hey, and Barrett, just to be clear, we know the cities in Hennepin County plant trees, the counties plant trees, but to get to this 1 million, it's going to be up to us to do that, to buy our own trees on our own yards. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a team effort. Yeah, that's right. It's a team effort.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Great.
Barrett
Super.
Leone, live for us in Minneapolis, planting trees. We appreciate it, Barrett. Thank you. Hennepin County has a climate action goal set for 2030, and anyone can help to reach this goal.
So the county hopes to plant 1 million trees by the start of the next decade. Now, since 2020, they've made it more than halfway. Barrett Leone is out with one of those recent planting sites with a message from the county on how you can help out, because Barrett, this is a city effort, a county effort, but also it's going to be on us to get those million trees.
Yeah, exactly. This is a team effort to reach this goal. The county now has reached more than 550,000 trees planted. We're here at the corner of Jackson and Lowry, and dozens of new trees are here. One of them right here. And I'm joined this morning by Dan Woodenhoff, who is a forester with the county. Thank you so much for hanging out with us in the rain this morning. It's good for the trees though, right?
So good for the trees. We love it.
So this is a lofty goal. How many trees is the county planting a year?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the county plants about 1,500 of these large Barrett trees a year, and then about 10,000 seedlings across the county.
Okay. And this, obviously, we need help on this.
Oh,
you know,
goodness.
everyone needs to step in. How can people get involved in this initiative?
Yeah, and honestly, just plant a tree in your yard if you
Yeah.
have the ability. A forest is made up of individual trees, so every last tree is extremely helpful.
Yeah. We do have kind of a neat visual on this street in particular, because we've got this seedling here, and then as you go out, as you look across the street there, you see the full-grown tree. So eventually, I mean, that's a cool visual to see where this goes.
Absolutely, because like it's hard to see a tree like this and think that it's going to provide a lot of benefit, but with care and maintenance and
Yes.
time, we get something like that huge elm that is going to provide so much benefit. It's
Yeah.
shading and air and water benefit qualities.
So I know this initiative, a huge part of it is climate action, and really to replace some of the trees that we lost with the emerald ash borer. But there are so many other benefits to planting trees.
Yes.
I mean, talk about the importance of trees.
Gosh, yeah. I mean, a boulevard tree like this, it's going to have huge benefits to like our air quality, stormwater interception as we have these large weather events. Helps with its social, like neighborhood cohesion. It improves property values. Outside of hospitals, they're shown to improve recovery rates.
Oh my goodness.
It's profound, the benefits that they can have on like the community and like an
Wow.
individual.
That is really cool. I mean, so many things you wouldn't think of.
Oh yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Dan, for your expertise and sharing that with us this morning. A lot of great information on hennepintrees.org on how you can get involved, how you can plant, resources too. You can take a quiz online, all sorts of goodies there. We'll definitely have that linked on our webpage, WCCO.com.
But like you said before, and Heather, as you alluded to before, it is now on us to make sure we can top that goal to get that million tree mark.
Get that education. All right, Barrett, thank you.